Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and today's video is going to be all about James McGonagle. Now, James McGonagle got into the public spotlight when he tried to kidnap a 5-year-old little boy named Jacob. The whole thing happened in New York City, and they were on Hillside Avenue, and it was 8 p.m. when it happened. So I have all of these decks shuffled and ready to see, because I just have a few questions, just 5 questions to be exact. So I want to see what was, what was going on leading up to this, and all that type of stuff. Alright, so we leave these 3 up here. Alright, spirit guides and ancestors and holy angels, I would like for you to help me today with this case involving this James McGonagle. Now, James McGonagle was driving along Hillside Avenue at 8 p.m. They were in the zip code of 11418, and they were in the Queens, New York area. So, Spirit, what I would like to do is, we're on July the 15th already. We're already on the 15th. And it happened at 8 o'clock, so I would like you to take me to 5 o'clock. So, Spirit, can you tell me what, and his last name is so awkward to say, I'm just going to call him James. So, Spirit, can you tell me what was going on in James' atmosphere or in his life at 5 p.m. on July the 15th of 2021 within the zip code of 11418? We got 1, we need 2 more. This is me wanting to know, what was James McGonagle's mission when he pulled onto Hillside Avenue in Queens, New York? It's 8 p.m. He sees a woman walking with several children. What was his intent to do with this child? I see it. Alright. Just need 1 more. So you can tell me, what was his attempt at... Hold on. Alright. So you can tell me, what was he attempting to do? We know he was wanting to take the child. But can you possibly tell me what was going on at 5 o'clock? This is 3 hours before. We're in Queens, New York, within the zip code of 11418. Alright, so we have our 3 cards to get us started. Alright, let's see what they say. So right now we are still at 3 hours before the incident. We're at 5 p.m. We're in Queens, New York, within the 11418 zip code. First card out is the 3 of Coins. Now the 3 of Coins is, people working together. And it could also be like a third party is what I'm getting. Like a third party. I don't think they were going to keep that little boy at all. Because I actually asked Spirit what was going on with this situation before I started this read this morning. And they kept giving me the word recreate. Recreate. So I'm thinking they may have seen something on television, or whether it's pornographic or not, or maybe they seen a picture. So it's something that they were trying to recreate that they watched. But this card here, the more I look at this card here, like I said, this is 3 people working together, but it's also, I like to say, enough rope to hang yourself. Because doesn't it look like a rope around his neck attached to these strings? But that's not what's important to me with this card right now. Now, he had an older man with him, and they're saying that older man was his father. But I'm starting to think that the way these are all fans, but you see the way this one goes directly on down? When you get down there, you see 2 cans together and then 1 can separate. I think this separate can is who they were going to pass this child off to. So let's see if I can get a little more information about this 3rd can. Oh, this one notes down there. Spirit, now when it comes to James McGonagle on July the 15th at 5 o'clock, I know you may have been trying to recreate something, but can you give me a little bit more information about this other person? The separate can that's not a part of the kidnapping pair. What can you tell me about this other person? Alright, see it. Another one, holy crap. Okay, so the 3 of Pentacles has been clarified with another Three of Pentacles. So yeah, there was a handoff. There was supposed to be a handoff. That's for sure. Hold on, just one more question about this third person. Alright, Spirit, you've made it clear that they were working with another party. Is there anything you can tell me about this third person? Are there any clues as to who this third person can be? And this is for James McGonagle on July the 15th at 5 p.m. Alright, let's see what came out. Ooh, so what came out is the Good Health card. This is a positive card. But also, this is, see the sun right here? So this is a sun card. Even though it's not in the tarot, this is meant to be the sun card. And the sun is all about, you know, new beginnings. It's a brand new day. You're happy that it's a brand new day. So there, I'm getting the feeling that if they could have passed this boy off to this third person, that they would be good again. Like, you know, they'll be able to enjoy their life again and be able to enjoy their day again. But they have to pass off a child in some way in order to be okay. So it was a good news for them to think that they were going to be able to get that child away from his mother. They were really happy that they saw him. But thankfully she foiled them. Okay. So the second card that came out is the Ace of Swords. And this is always the card of thought, to where he's looking through his binoculars and he's trying to see where he's going to go next. So it's almost like they were sitting down and trying to decide which would be the best area to go to snatch a kid from. So they actually, it's surprising that they put so much thought into this. And they're going to tell you how many days they've been at home brooding, working up to this. So Spirit, I see the Ace of Swords as in they're looking for, you know, the perfect spot to snatch a child. Now, can you maybe tell me where they originate? I don't have their home address, but while they're having this thought, can you tell me where they are having this thought at? What is the starting point? When they're thinking about this, where are they? Are they inside a car? Are they inside a house? Where are they at thinking about snatching this child and how to go about it? Are they watching something? Just a little bit more information. Alright. Let's see. So what came out is the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands is a very feisty person. She's a very feisty person. And she doesn't mind ruling with violence at all. She's always pictured with a stick or something in her hand. Always. Like, you're not going to catch the Queen of Wands without a weapon. So this is leading me to think that they, wherever their starting point is at, there's a woman there that's the head of household. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. The third party was a woman. Well, is a woman. Let me get a little bit more information about this woman that the kidnappers plant this with. Alright. So we're going to go back to the spider ticker. Get them straightened up. To see if we can find out a little more about this woman. How strange would it be if this was a whole kidnapping family? Because they said that older man was his actual father. And now we got a stern looking woman right here. So can you tell me, get back over here. Can you tell me a little bit about this woman? The woman that's in the third party, the woman who is orchestrating. Can you tell me about this woman who is orchestrating and planning this with them? Oh, shoot. Alright. Kind of thought this was going to fall out. So the third woman is some sort of a mother figure. Whether or not she's actually James McGonagle's mother or not, but she is a mother, and as you can see, she's a selfish mother. A woman involved. Alright, the last card that came out for this is the Moon card. And the Moon is all about secret activities. But as we all know, it was broad daylight that he snatched this little boy. And then the other man had the nerve to be wearing a bright orange shirt. Who thought this plan through? I mean, but thank God they were idiots, you know, because they might have actually got the little boy. And this would be a completely different tarot read right now. So let's just be thankful that they were dumb. Alright, now back to this moon card. No, I'm feeling like, I think this woman may be a criminal of some type. Because the only thing they're showing me on this card is they're pointing out the bars in this fork. And they're giving me like somebody hanging on the jail bars. You know how like the old funny movies when you be hanging onto the jail bars saying let me go or something like that. That's what they gave me with this fork that's connected to this woman. So I would have to think that this woman has been in jail for either a long time or often. She's free now because she's orchestrating this type of stuff. But yeah, the woman is definitely a criminal. Alright, let's get a little bit more. And for that, I want to use the movie tarot. Alright, Spirit, now that you have, let me know about the woman, the third party woman, the criminal woman who is orchestrating. She's the brains behind the operation. Can you give me a little bit more clues about her? Where can we find her? What does she look like? What is does she have any identifying marks? Is there anything rare about her that stood out? Tell me a little bit more about this criminal mastermind that is the woman. Tell me more about the woman. Nope, not this one. Okay. They are so picky. It'd be Pacific Pictures. But you know, I don't blame them. I'm talking about people's lives. Let's get as surgical as we can. So, Spirit, it is July the 15th. It's 5 o'clock. It's 3 hours before the incident. The would-be kidnappers have their starting point. They know what they're looking for. And the woman has given them directions on which way to go. Now, what I would like to know, is there anything else about this woman that can help us find her? Alright, let's see what flew out. Woohoo! So the Knight of Pentacles came out. It's strange. They're showing me corn cooking. Like someone cooking corn. Let's see. That's what I'm getting is like corn. The only thing on this card that's standing out to me right here is this corn. And this thing in his hand. Like a utensil that you would be stirring something up with. It could be that this woman is a cook in some capacity. Or she cooks for a living. Alright, so we have a cooking woman that's a criminal. Alright, so we have the first 3 cards clarified. Let's get into some of these questions. Question number 1 is this their first time taking a child? Yes. So to get that, we're going to go back to the Omega Tarot. Alright, Spirit, we are now, fast forward us past 5, we're past 6, we're past 7. We are at 8:01 p.m. It's July the 15th. We are on Hillside Avenue, which is in the Richmond Hill neighborhood in Queens, New York. I'm in my car, I'm driving alone, they're driving alone, they're looking for something. Can you tell me, is this their first time? Alright. Ooh, the Ingenuity card. This is the Ingenuity stash card. Somebody taking something in and out. It's certain cards that come up in every reading. And this 8 of Coins and 10 of Swords, just about every reading that comes out. So I guess if you're trying to be sneaky and break the law, you think you're really smart. Smart people think they're geniuses. Yeah. So in response to the answer of, is this the first time? No, this is not their first time at all. You can't really tell if he's taking these cans out or if he's putting them in. But I can see that there are cans already up here and there are cans already down here. So this is not their first time snatching a child. Alright. Let's go back to the spider deck for a minute. Alright, Spirit. It's July the 15th. It's 8:01. So we are now repeat offenders. This is something that we have done before. More than once, more than twice. Can you tell me about these other children that came before Jacob? Can you tell me anything about the other children? The other children that were victims. Oh. Alright, just stop getting so scrambly. Alright, tell me about the other victims of James McGonagle and his father and this woman. What about the other children that crossed paths with them? Alright, let's see what came out. Yep. This is, it's a positive card. Because it's escape from deceit. So, I was going to say that the, maybe the other kids escaped. But that's not so. This is them escaping, being incriminated. You know, they fly right under the radar. Nobody even thought to look at them. So they escaped capture. They escaped to be recognized. Like they got away with it the other times. They were able to do it and get away with it. I think that could be why they've become so brazen. But I also keep thinking about that word recreate. If the cops were to go back to the original starting point in their home, I bet you they'll have find a whole bunch of disturbing images and pictures. And maybe even some of the belongings of these other kids that they got away with taking. And that really upsets me. You know, they have just leave people children alone sometimes. Alright. Second question is, was the older man his father? So, to answer that one, we're going to go to, I think I want to use A Nightmare Before Christmases for this question. That's the one they want to use. So I pick the right deck immediately to answer the question quick. But sometimes I be wanting to pick the decks that I want to pick. I don't want to use the deck they want all the time. Alright, so, Spirit is July the 15th. It's 8:01 p.m. We are on Hillside Avenue. We're in the Richmond Hill neighborhood in Queens, New York, within the zip code of 11418. We're driving along in a car. We're going down Hills Avenue. There is an older man sitting to the right, directly to the right of James McGonagle. He has on a bright orange shirt. Is this man his father or father figure? Who is this man to him? Is this the person that he owes money to? Who's the man sitting next to him? Ooh, now I am getting interested. Not in this one. Alright, maybe this is in the Hermetic Tarot. Let's get these ready. It's July the 15th, 8:01 p.m. We are on Hillside Avenue in Richmond Hills neighborhood of Queens, zip code 11418. Looking for a child to snatch. I have a partner sitting to my right. Who is the man sitting direct? That one fell and this one flipped over. So I'm going to take the one that flipped and the one that fell. Okay. So the question was is this man the father? What came out is a Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, Lord of Flaming Light. This Two of Pentacles, some people call it the juggling card, or synergy. That's what I'm getting. Like the way that both of these are inside the snake wrapped around, like there's really no difference between the two, whether you have the card this way or that way. It's kind of the same. So I would think that they are definitely sharing some DNA. Alright. They share blood in common, that's for sure. They're related in some fashion. It may not be his father. It could be his uncle, but they're definitely blood related. Yeah, it's all the same. You can't tell who's who, whether it's up or down. You know, some people have real strong resemblances to their parents. So that's what they're giving me with this, is you can't tell who was who. You ever see, like, I can't do it. You ever see, like, when people have a baby and they pull out the baby pictures and they compare it to the new baby and it's like, oh, he looks just like that. That's what this is saying. Like, whoever this is, they're very close relation, close enough to where they favor, with the same mannerisms and faces and stuff like that. Now, the Knight of Wands also came out. And this, the way I don't like the way his face is. I know, like, I can't see what I'm seeing, but his face, the way his face is like, you know, if you give a plan or you tell somebody to do something and, you know, you'd be like, oh, it's easy, like, kind of like a mocking sarcasm way. So he was, I'm feeling like the older man it wasn't his plan, because him, the woman, and the younger man, they all thought of the plan together, but it was the older man that pointed out Jacob as a child, and you know, put the younger man up to go snatch him. So yes, the older man not only is in relation, but it was him that decided Jacob was the victim that day. Let's see, there's a few more. One more. Alright, Spirit, I understand that the two men are related, and the older man chose Jacob as the target. Is there anything else you can tell me about this older man, as he has not been found yet? He's still a fugitive. Is there anything else you can tell me about this older man that picked Jacob out to be the kidnapping? Anything else about this older man? No? Not this one? Alright. Let's try this stick. Alright. It's July the 15th. It's 8:01 p.m. We are on Hillside Avenue within the zip code of 11418. Me and my partner have just spotted a child. We've tried to take him. We fell. Where is the older man now? Anything else you can tell me about where this older man is at right now? Oh. This is when it started to turn. Alright. Ooh, another 2. We had the 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands come out on is the father. And when it concerning about where he could be, they gave me this. I'm going to clarify that. And to clarify that, for some reason, I want to use this Oracle deck. Spirit, I'm not seeing what's here for me to see as far as the 2 of Candles. Can you give me a little bit more information or detail about where this older man is at now? Where's the older man that got away? Is he back home with... Is he back home with the woman? Or is he hiding out somewhere all alone? Where's the older man that got away? Right, so they gave us 2 cards out of that one. Okay, so is he changed in the night, and keep your temper. Okay. He is definitely, he knows that they're looking for him, and his change in the night thing is giving me the impression like, okay, you see where her gray hair, she has gray hair here. The card says change in the night. So I'm starting to think that the older man has begun to change his appearance. Maybe he dyed his hair, or, you know, got a new identifying mark somewhere. But the older man is attempting to change his identity, change the way he looks. And we got to keep your temper. I already know what this card means. The Queen of Wands, the feisty queen that likes to fight, She really tore into him when he got back to the base. All the name calling, the fighting, the finger pointing. So even though he got away, he didn't get away because this woman is, antagonizing him. Sarcasm, you're so stupid. How could you let the child? Why was the window down? Just on and on and on about how stupid they were. So he's back with the woman, but he's changing his identity, and she's probably changing her identity as well. So he went back to the selfish mother figure. All right. Third question is, what were they going to do with Jacob if they had actually got him? Now, I know this may be, not necessarily a pleasant answer to this question, but I just would like to know, what were their plans? What plans did they have for this child? Had they escaped? And again, thank God they were idiots. Ugh. All right. It is still July the 15th. We're not at 8:01 anymore. We are now at, I want to go to 7 p.m. We are an hour before they snatched Jacob, or before they tried to snatch Jacob. It's 7:01 p.m. We're in the Richmond Hill neighborhood of Queens, New York, within the 11418 zip code. And we've decided what type of child we want, and we decided where we're going to look for him at. Now, can you tell me? That is way too many. All right, get back in here. Well, they're definitely eager to talk about this, so that's a good sign. Sometimes they don't say anything. All right. Again, we are at 7:01 p.m. We're in the Richmond Hill neighborhood of Queens, New York, within the zip code of 11418. The would-be kidnappers have decided what type of child they want and where they're going to look for him at. Can you tell me, what were their plans? What were they planning to do with Jacob had they got away with him? Where were they going to take him? What were they going to do with him? I see it. All right. The King of Coins. Right. It was a pass-off. The infamous third can that was, they were waiting to pass him off to. The King of Pentacles with the can in his pocket. They weren't even going to take that little boy home, to their home. He was going straight to wherever they had. They already had a timetable. See how you're looking at this watch? They may have even been on a time crunch to where somebody was giving him a certain amount of time to snatch this kid. But they weren't going to keep him and do stuff to him themselves. They were going to sell him. Yeah. They were going to sell that little boy. All right. Let's see. Last question is, we already asked this question. But I'll ask it again. Because the last question is not if they did this before. The last question is, are there other children in danger from these people, from the man and the woman that's still free? All right. So, Spirit, you're doing so great giving me the answers to my questions today. But I just have one more last little question, and it might be a loaded question. Can you tell me if other children are presently being threatened by the man and the woman who are not caught yet? Are there other children in danger from this couple or these people? Have they already gotten a child today, maybe, or tomorrow? Oh, see that where you just went straight up. All right. So what came out is the Magician. The Magician has everything he needs to make things happen. So what I'm getting is not that the children are in danger from this couple, but the man that they were going to trade him off to or sell Jacob to, he's still currently looking for other children. So he had his hand pointed. It's one little drop. And you can hardly see it, but it's like one little drop. And they're saying that's a drop in the bucket. Them not getting away with Jacob, that wasn't the whole thing. That was just one little drop in a bucket. In a bucket full of children who have been violated by this man. So yeah, they really need to get these people off the street, because this is disturbing. Alright, we'll leave it there. Again, I am Cleopatra Wallace. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next.